Because as you know, today there is a witch hunt not just against people on social media that are commenting, but also, of course, against journalists. So one has to be a bit careful. The surmise here is that there seems to be a pattern in two Congress-ruled or Congress-administered states in Maharashtra and Rajasthan. Till recently, there has been an attempt to provide alibis, to suggest that things were not as many people believe them to be. Of course, later, when the probes dug deeper, the truth was revealed. So all of this, viewers, is going to raise some questions. Thank you, Bhavar, and thank you, Pranesh. This is very important. I want you to now focus, viewers, for just 30 seconds on two bites. The police version, where the allusion was made to some inebriation. And then the tape that we just played out, where the circle officer, who is a deputy SP level officer, Sandeep Saraswat, is prompting, is goading Salman Chisty to say, admit that you are inebriated because you will escape punishment. Now listen first to the police when it first claimed that Salman Chisty was inebriated, then this constant coaxing that you hear in the background, and then, of course, viewers, Salman Chisty himself saying that, look, I don't do any form of nasha, so don't try to make me out into some sort of an inebriated drug addict or what have you. I don't do any of that. So let's just listen into all of these.
नशे की हालत में बनाया गया था। अभी
जैसा वीडियो में प्रतीत हो रहा है वो इनेब्रिएटेड स्टेट में थे। डेफिनेटली कुछ नशा उन्होंने किया था, ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है। बाकी अनुसंधान का विषय है, उसमें समझ आएगा।
वो नशे में था ताकि बताओ पीछे वो लग रही है मेरे से आगे जैसे ताकि वो नशे में था ताकि बताओ पीछे वो लग रही है मेरे से आगे वो नशे में था ताकि बताओ पीछे वो लग रही है मेरे से आगे जैसे ताकि
In the video, said the police, it appeared that he was in an inebriated state when he issued that threat. Well, viewers, was then a drug test done? Was a blood test conducted, even if it is alcohol, etc., to test for whether there were elevated levels of alcohol which could have led to inebriation? These are some big questions. And then, why is it that on the basis of this, without any proof of inebriation, was the police saying, if you look at the video, it appears that Salman Chisty looked inebriated. And Salman Chisty himself said, I don't do any drugs or any form of intoxicants that could have led me to be inebriated. What's going on here? Let's ask some basic questions. Tushar Gupta, Senior Editor of Swarajya, I want to begin with you. What do you think is going on here?
Rahul, a very calculated attempt to whitewash these crimes, these blasphemy-driven crimes. Since day one, in Amravati, we saw it took 10 days for the police to establish the motivation. What if the government had not changed in Maharashtra? We never know. Congress spokespersons time and again have been defending the beheading, justifying it almost, saying this is due to intolerance, this is due to the BJP rule. And today what we have on camera, the state police tutoring one of the accused who's making a threat against Nupur Sharma. There are no words. People look up to the police to save them. And over here we have a senior police officer tutoring one of the accused who's being taken to the police as to what he should say to get away for his remarks. This is a very clear, a very deliberate attempt by the opposition party, especially the Congress, to whitewash blasphemy-related killings. The question is why? The senior police officer is just one of the pawns in this game. The question is who's calling the shots? Is it the state police department? Is it the chief minister? These are the questions. Rahul, whenever a crime scene happens, the first thing that is done is to establish the motivation. It wasn't done in Amravati. In this case, if this person was indeed intoxicated, was under the influence of drugs or liquor or anything, where were the blood tests? Where are the blood test reports? Can the police today produce the appropriate reports where they say that yes, this person was intoxicated? Was he intoxicated while he made those remarks? Can this be proven in the court of law? These are the big questions. But what is disturbing, what is appalling is that the state police, which people look up to for their protection, especially after what happened to Kanhaiya Lal, is tutoring an accused here who made rape and death threats against Nupur Sharma. This is appalling. This is almost the collapse of law and order.